Do you know why managers prefer working at football clubs to national teams? National teams face a particular problem that is easily solved in club football, and that problem is what we're discussing today. Imagine being overloaded with options on a position and being unable to trade some of those players for players in positions you're lacking. That's the problem that these national teams are facing going into Euro 2024. Here are 7 positions overloaded in national teams for the Euros. 7. France. Right wing. Imagine France's team is a bakery with only championship croissants. They're overflowing with talent. But there's one area where Coach Deschamps has a real embarrassment of riches, and that's on the right wing. It's like a kid stuck in a candy store. You've got Kylian Mbappe, the 2018 French Footballer of the Year, who can light up the field faster than a speeding scooter. And then there's Ousmane Dembele, who has bounced around like a pinball playing for Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, and now Paris Saint-Germain. Don't forget Kingsley Coman, a serial winner who seems to collect trophies like people collect baseball cards. And finally, there's Florian Thauvin, the star of Club Udinese, who can play anywhere on the front line like a chameleon. Now, most of these guys would rather be on the right wing than anywhere else, except maybe Mbappe, who can also play anywhere up front, but that's just another headache for Deschamps, kinda like having too many cooks in the kitchen. Mbappe might be the youngest, but he already has a ton of experience with over 30 caps for France. That's more games than most people play in a year. Coman was out for a while with injuries, but he's back now, scoring like crazy. Dembele, on the other hand, seems to be in Deschamps' doghouse lately. We haven't seen him play for the national team regularly in a bit. Thauvin took a while to even get a chance with the French squad, but he's been a regular on the bench, not quite making the starting 11. Like being invited to a party, but nobody lets you pass the door. 6. Spain. Central midfield. Spain's midfield has been like a factory pumping out world-class talent for years. Do you remember Iniesta, Xavi, and Silva? All stars. Many of them might have retired now, but Spain's got a whole new crew ready to take their place. Coach Luis Enrique has his hands full with guys like Sergio Busquets, a midfield general, and Thiago Alcantara, who's like a sorcerer with a football. There's also Saul, Rodri, and Fabian, all top-notch players. And that's not even everyone. Dani Ceballos, Dani Parejo, Sergio Roberto, and even Isco are there. But wait, there's more. Asier Iyeramendi, Ander Herrera, and Koke are all amazing midfielders who haven't even got a chance to play for Spain yet. It's crazy. These guys would walk right into the starting lineup for most countries. Spain's midfield is interestingly deep, and that's without mentioning the new crop of Barcelona's youngsters who are coming up, Gavi and Pedri especially. It's a buffet of talent. Quite frankly, Barcelona has always been Spain's treasure cove for midfield talent and centre-backs too. That's why the saying, when Barcelona succeeds, Spain succeeds, is such a popular saying. And it's true. A close look at Spain's Euro and World Cup winning team and you'll see that it's mostly Barca players. But don't you find that ironic? Barcelona stubbornly claims to be Catalan and wants to be recognised as such. 5. The Netherlands. Centre-back. The Netherlands haven't exactly been lighting the field on fire lately, but hey, at least they made it to the Nations League finals and Euros. Coach Ronald Koeman's team is a bit like a patchy quilt. Strong in some areas, weak in others. But one place they've overloaded with players is centre-back. And that's where we're starting. First up, there's Virgil van Dijk, a giant wall of a defender who many consider the best in the world right now. He's the captain of the Dutch team, the Oranje. Then there's Matthijs de Ligt, a super young star who's already captained Ajax and now plays for the old lady in Turin. Those two are the dream team, but they've got competition from guys like Nathan Ake, Stefan de Vrij, and even Daley Blind, who can play all over the defence. And that's not even mentioning all the other talented defenders on the bench. You could build a fortress with the talents they have at the back. 4. Italy. Central midfield. Italy's national team is going through a bit of a rollercoaster ride, just like the Netherlands. They used to be giants in the football world, but hit a rough patch recently, even missing the 2018 World Cup. Luckily, they seem to be back on track, qualifying for the Euros with a perfect record. There are still some areas where Italy's team needs a little work, but midfield isn't one of them. They might not have a bunch of superstars, but they've got a solid group of players. The main guys are Marco Verratti, a star of Al Arabi, and Jorginho, who plays for Chelsea. But there are others like Marco Parolo, Giacomo Bonaventura, and Lorenzo Pellegrini, who can all step up. Italy even has a legend like Daniele De Rossi, who just retired, and still has some amazing young talent coming up too, like Nicolo Zaniolo and Sandro Tonali. The future is looking bright for Italy's midfield, but how many midfielders can you really put in one game? 3. Germany. Goalkeeper. Germany's got a Golden Glove problem, a problem Manchester United wished they had considering how leaky their goalkeeper has been recently. They have two of the best goalkeepers in the world, Manuel Neuer and Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Neuer's been the main guy for a while now, and with 92 caps he's practically glued to the starting spot. He was a total rock star during Germany's World Cup win in 2014. But ter Stegen at Barcelona is no slouch either, and he's waiting for his chance. Germany's lucky to have these two superstars, but that's not all. They've got other capable goalkeepers on the bench like Bernd Leno, Kevin Trapp, and Oliver Baumann. Let's just say they're not hurting for talent in the net. Sorry, Loris Karius, maybe next time. 2. Croatia, central midfield. Croatia might be a small country with only about 4 million people, but when it comes to central midfielders, they're like a tiny dollhouse overflowing with toys. It's almost a cliche, but seriously, there are very few teams with this much depth in the middle of the field. Of course, there's captain Luka Modric, the Ballon d'Or winner and Real Madrid legend. Oh yeah, he's Croatian. And he's just the tip of the iceberg. There's also Ivan Rakitic, a former star for Barcelona, and Mateo Kovacic, who's now a player in Manchester City. They've even got guys like Milan Berdil, captain of Genoa, and Mario Palisic, who can play anywhere in the middle for Croatia. It's crazy. Zlatko Dalic, the Croatian coach, must have a headache trying to pick just a few guys to start. 1. Portugal, right back. Sure, having too many amazing players in one spot can be a headache, but hey, at least it's a good problem to have. Unlike goalkeepers who can only have one guy guarding the net, you can fit a few more central midfielders or even centre-backs into a starting lineup. But for positions like full-back, it's a tougher call. Portugal might be known for players like Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes, but they've got other superstars too, especially at right back. Right now, there's a battle brewing for the starting spot between three incredible players, João Cancelo, Nelson Semedo, and Ricardo Pereira. Cancelo is kind of the golden boy here, a super attacking fullback with fancy footwork and lightning speed. He's also the most experienced, with 16 caps under his belt. Then there's Nelson Semedo, who used to play for La Liga giants Barcelona and now plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Ricardo Pereira shouldn't be left out either. He's been a real star for Leicester City since joining the Premier League. And wait, there's more. Portugal's even got more talented right-backs on the bench like Diogo Dalot at Manchester United, Andre Almeida and former Southampton player Cedric Soares. Bonus, England, right-back. Speaking of three, the Three Lions have a right-back problem. The position has been a bit of a hot potato since the golden days of Gary Neville. After Neville's retirement, a string of players like Glenn Johnson, Micah Richards and Nathaniel Clyne all took turns trying to make the spot their own, with varying degrees of success. Kyle Walker seems to have finally nailed it down, racking up 48 caps. But lately, Gareth Southgate, the England manager, has shown Walker the bench, leaving the right-back position wide open again. So what does the future hold? Well, it depends on what kind of player Southgate is looking for. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a creative whirlwind, capable of whipping in inch-perfect crosses that leave strikers with easy tap-ins. The downside? His defensive positioning can be a bit concerning at times. Kieran Trippier offers a more balanced approach. He's a dead ball specialist with a wicked delivery, but he's also improving his defensive game thanks to his time at Atletico Madrid. Then there's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, a defensive rock who can shut down even the most pacey wingers. One-on-one, he's nearly unbeatable. He's got the best tackle rate in the EPL. The problem? His attacking contributions are little, and Southgate seems to not want to trust him at all. But England's troubles at right-back are a bit of a first-world problem. While Southgate ponders his options, there's a wealth of young talent waiting in the wings. Max Aarons is a promising youngster already turning heads at Norwich. Reece James, a Chelsea Academy product, is another name to watch, while Callum Chambers offers versatility, able to play both right-back and centre-back. England might be having a right-back debate, but with this much talent in the pipeline, it's a debate that Gareth Southgate must be enjoying. The future of the right flank for the Three Lions looks very bright. The interesting thing is that Europe is not the only continent facing this problem. There are teams gearing up for Copa America who have a similar problem, especially the two powerhouses of South America. World Cup winners Argentina and their biggest rivals, Brazil. If you want that video, drop a comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that little bell so you can be the first to know when we drop the next video. See you soon.